Hello, everyone. It's day 27 of NANO, and we have 3 more days left. For those of you who are trying to meet your goals, I gave up a while ago. I don't really feel like writing much, so I've been doing little bits of writing here and there. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to my stream. This is the new winter layout for my overlay that Funky did. I love it. It's really cool. It's a shame we couldn't make it animated, but oh well. Don't have that possibility with here. Isn't it gorgeous? I figure we're past Thanksgiving, so take off Thanksgiving. Most people are already decorated for Christmas, so I'm ready for Christmas. I'm not ready for Christmas. I would like to skip Christmas. I'm not a Christmas person. But I'm not a holiday person. I was just trying to find the next book to read, and I guess they got them out of order. I just realized who these people are, and I already read ahead and know what's going to happen. So, but they don't have them in that order, and they put an order of all their books. I don't know if they screwed up or what, but or maybe they added something afterwards and didn't change the website. I don't know. Because I'm trying to figure out. Wait a minute, this is sort of similar to what I just read, but it's not exactly it's not the same people. And then I started reading names that sounded familiar. Hi, Annuel. Well, nice to see you. How are you doing? We got 3 days left for those of you trying to get your nano project done. Since I only have a few thousand words, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Even if I wrote 24 hours a day for the next 3 days, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make it. So I just bowed out a while ago. This is 1 year. I'm not gonna do it. Not even being a rebel, because I would have to do like I didn't even make 5,000 words, so doesn't work. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? My daughter came over. She brought she brought ham, which I can't have, but I ate it anyhow, and mashed potatoes, corn, and rolls, which was good, better than cooking anyhow. But she wanted to leave the ham. I'm like, you're gonna have to take it because I'm not supposed to have ham. Shen says, I don't think I'll ever do Nana. Uh, well, there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that say they do, but they don't use the website. Um, yeah, it's a personal thing. I haven't really. I like their camps because I can set my own goal if I'm in a writing mood. Like right now, I just don't feel like writing. I couldn't even have done a camp right now. And you all says doing well. Need the stream to get motivated to write 1,000. Wow. I need for my goal for today. Cassie says my Thanksgiving was pretty good. There are so many leftovers in my fridge. And I know a couple people that made huge turkeys for absolutely no reason for like 2 people. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all this food? So the one person says to me, she says, nobody was allowed to go home without taking food with them because I didn't want it left in my house. Hi, Melanie. using your phone for volume at the moment. Uh, I hated trying to do this on a phone. It was like really hard. I'm not good with the phone anyhow, so when I was in the hospital and I would try to do it with my phone, it would be annoying as all get out. How was your Thanksgiving, Melanie? She stayed for like an hour and then she left. And I could have streamed that night, but then so many people said they weren't going to be around, so I figured why bother? I just went, took a nap, and slept through most of it anyhow. So, uh, Melanie says, but I eventually will use the sprints to type up a short story I wrote by hand yesterday for a collection I'm putting together. That's a good idea. You know, a lot of people make collections of poetry and short stories and stuff like that of their own. So that's a good idea. It was really good. Finally got to spend time with all of my in laws for a holiday, so that was nice. That's cool. I only got to see my one daughter and my one grandson because all the grandsons in this for this daughter had different fathers, so they were all with their except for the oldest were with their fathers. So he came with her. So, but then he was on his way to visit his grandmother, his other grandmother, after me. So I'm kind of nervous, worrying about this. I mean, I know I got it now, but now the nerves are going because of what I'm going to move, what's going to happen, how is it going to work, all that stuff. Kind of like I get nervous over everything. I don't have to deal with in-laws right now though, so that that's a good thing, considering they were related to the ex. I want to deal with them. Oh Lord, his family was weird anyhow. Now, no date. They have no idea when the state's gonna give them their license. So we just sit here and wait. Which the longer I have to wait, the more nervous I get. I'm gonna be nervous when I get a date, really nervous, but I'm also nervous not knowing when I'm gonna get a date. Well, I'm glad it was perfect. Jen and low key. Sometimes that's better than rowdy groups, a big family. We used to spend it when I was married with my ex brother in law now. And they had 3 children, we had 3 children. So it was just the two families. But we drove all the way up to Connecticut for the visit. They didn't come down to see us. We drove up there. So I got a trip to Connecticut every year. And I can understand. I don't like big crowds of people either. And I just don't like holidays, period. And now we're that much closer to Christmas. Ugh. And unfortunately, my daughter's being a real pain. I told her I can't climb stairs. She insists that I come to her two sons' birthdays. They're having a combined birthday party at the. If it was at her house, it would be a definite no because she's on the second floor. But I still have stairs I have to climb at the house they're having it at, and she won't take no for an answer. Oh, we can get you up there, I'm sure. I hope the hell I get over there and I don't get stuck and not be able to get up or down the stairs. It's not going to be happy. I didn't go to his first birthday party, so this is his second, and the other one is turning 15. They're only 2 days apart, birthday wise. So they're having the birthday. I don't know why they're having the birthday at her house, the birthday party. I said, I'm not driving that far. It's a long drive. We'll come and pick you up. Fine. You want to drive that far? Because I'm not driving it. Nani said I go outside at one point when my mother and stepfather-in-law were prepping dinner because she got all worked up and their loud voices were triggering. Mm, yeah, I can imagine. Open concept and everything with that car. You could hear it all through the house, probably. Oh, dear. Sorry to hear about that. I don't know what. Um, we haven't been doing anything for Christmas. Family doesn't get together anymore. So I don't know what we're even doing. Probably nothing, which is fine with me. Yep, they have a loft area that overlooks the living room. I went up there first, and the sound just followed me. Oh, hmm. My mom used to get all kinds of worked up making dinner and barked at everyone about what she needed them to do. I hated cooking, still do hate cooking. And Christmas, I had to cook for my parents. And I don't know if I'm trying to remember if his family was there or not. I know my mom and dad came for dinner. So we were the last one they visited. So they started out with my siblings, and then worked their way up to me last. And then we had dinner. And I didn't, I didn't like, my daughter was getting really weird about the turkey. And how this thing was alive, and I'm like, stop now, stop, because I'm not gonna be able to cook this thing if you don't stop. Like, get out of the kitchen, I don't want you here. You're not gonna help, and you're definitely not helping. I love her and we get along great, but she literally said that morning that they don't argue. My husband looked at her like, what the F are you talking about? Oh gosh. Yeah, same. Janice says with her mom, dinners were a bit stressful sometimes. Yeah, I found them stressful. And I hated cooking and being stuck having to cook. And in one year, I was in the middle of mashing potatoes, and the mixer just quit. And I'm like trying to figure out how I'm going to mash these potatoes. I think I had found an old fashioned masher that you can go like this with. But after that, everybody says, just make instant. We don't care. I'm like, you don't care? Great. That's one less thing I have to worry about. Instant potatoes. Fine with me. Yeah, no mixer for the mashers. But then they said that they were all fine with instant potatoes. And I said, that's great because I hate cooking That made things a lot easier. I'm watching a lot of British reaction channels, and I'm apparently picking up on their vocabulary. uh, is that where mashers came from? uh, Taters for the taters. I don't miss any of that. I wonder how it is in the assisted living on holidays. I mean, obviously they have to provide us a meal. As far as I know, they provide all meals. So even on a holiday, they got to provide something. They'll set you all up with a feast. I have to figure out how this works because, you know, I don't know. Do they do buffet style? Do they have a menu? Do they take your order? I have no idea. It was like a million questions. I couldn't possibly ask all of them. So I'm just gonna have to wait and find out, I guess. But I'm on a low salt diet, and other people have things that they're, special diets. So they've got to provide food that's for, the different diets, I guess. I mean, the whole idea is to keep us healthy. And if I ask people, I get different answers depending on who I ask because every place is different. And they said, when the woman I said that, I told her, I said, I've asked a few people, but I got different answers. She goes, yeah, every place is different. Every place has its own way of doing things. So she goes, I can't help you with the answers, unfortunately. uh, I'm hungry now. I slept late and I almost forgot. And then I had to get a bunch of stuff ready for one of my neighbors. I'm giving her a chance to go through all my arts and crafts because I won't be using them, and let her go through and take her pick because I'm just giving stuff away when I move. I am not going to try to sell a bunch of stuff and go through all that. So, at least I used to work in a nursing home, and they are very accommodating when it comes to dietary needs. If they aren't, I'd be very surprised. What does that mean? Because they have to. I mean, the whole idea is it's a medical facility, so they need to be able to provide what you need medically. So I would think that, you know, somehow they would provide different food set. I mean, I hope their food is not as bad as it is in the hospital because that is, and the places I've been in, the rehab centers, their food is awful too. I know my dad hates the food where he's at, and I ended up there in rehab. So I said to him, I said, "You know what, Dad? I'm sorry I laughed at you when you said the food was awful because I'm here and it's awful." And he laughed at me. He says, "Just don't get to the point where you like it. If you like the food, then you've been here too long." Oh, I hated the food so much. My mom goes on decluttering sprees, so I don't have to worry about it when her time comes. I keep telling her I'll either have an estate sale or pack it up and donate it. Yeah, well, that's the one thing. My dad's in a nursing home, so he has nothing. So when he goes, we don't have to deal with it. We already dealt with that part. That's already done and taken care of because he's in a nursing home. Now, me, I have a bunch of junk, and if I were to go right now, my kids would have not as bad as it could be because this place isn't that big, so I had to cut down a lot anyhow. But I'm going to have to cut down way, way more because this place is not big. It might be private and whatnot, but it's not big. I just got a whole box of arts and crafts that she can go through. Hopefully there's stuff in there and she'll take it, and I won't have to keep it around to just put it out with everything. It's like everything free, go take it. You know, I don't have anything brand new or fancy or anything like that. So only so much of my furniture will fit in there. So most of it's not going. That's for sure. I don't know what I'll do. I'm trying to. I can't force myself. I need my daughter here put really pushing on me, so I will get this done because I'm no good. All right, how about we have our first sprint, and let's see. So since this is a 20-minute timer, they're going to be 20 minutes, even though I usually do 25 normally. This is a 20-minute timer, so unless I find another one later on. This is the one I have. It's Christmas. It's snowing out, so it goes with the background here, the snow and everything. Well, Melanie's ready. Yay! Okay, so let me see. Timer. Here it is. All right, guys. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All righty. I don't mind looking at snow. I just don't want to be in it. So I'll see you on 20. You mean it's really snowing where you're at? Oh, geez. At least I didn't even look out the window. I don't know what it's doing. Could be snowing. It says it's mostly cloudy at 34 degrees, so it could snow. All right. I'll see you in, 19 now. Welcome. I'm not sure if I pronounced this right. Canado. Welcome to my channel. We're in the middle of a sprint right now. So, when the timer winds down to 0, we'll be back. You can join or just wait until we get done. I'm glad you found me. Have a great day. Okay. I was. This doesn't have a sound, so I don't know that when it runs out. And I was watching the time, and then I got caught up on what I was reading, and I completely didn't realize the time ran out. And then I couldn't find the tab that has the timer on it. Having these fancy timers is more of a hassle than the old way. So anyhow, that's what I did. I read. I'm still reading. I was going to write something, but I ended up eating too, so I didn't have much time left. So I just figured I'll continue reading. Well, I'm glad Melanie got her speaker thing fixed. Hate for your husband to scare you to death. Jen, I wrote 2:35, but cleaned up a bit after dinner. Not a bad amount. I figure it's only 20 minutes, and you did something else, so you can't expect too much. There's only so much time in 20 minutes. There's 20 minutes in 20 minutes. How about that? 20 minutes goes so fast. Oh, hell, we're back. Still had the stream muted, and I had Britney Spears. Well, you wouldn't have heard anything except me talking because this doesn't have any sound to it. So, like, I missed it going off too. I had a quick scramble trying to find the tab it was on so I could turn it off. So, Misty Kate is here. Hey, Misty. She's almost done with dinner and she'll hop in. Okay, cool. Jenna's a little restless tonight, so I think I'll be doing stuff along with writing. Understandable. I don't know if I'm going to write or not. I don't know how I feel. I may write a little bit. And y'all wrote about 500 words. That's not bad, and that's half of the goal you needed to meet your daily goals. So you're almost there. Let's say that's a good job. Once I got the audio going, I went back to my Bujo. I decided to downsize from what I was originally starting with for 2022. Had a big letter size dotted journal, and I was like, nope. uh, Why did you say scramble? Make me think of scrambled eggs. They're making scrambled eggs in the book I'm writing. Reading. Did I say writing? Reading. This one's actually dealing with the pandemic. So it's a romance story during pandemic. They're actually quarantining together. Not wasn't the plan. She was planning on quarantining with her brother. I mean her boyfriend, and her brother said this that his best friend could also stay there. He didn't know his sister was going to be there, and so of course, as all romances, the boyfriend's not coming, so you know she's going to obviously get together with the brother's best friend. The thing is, I already read this part. I already know that they get together. I already know that they get married and all this stuff. So somehow things got out of whack. They do pretty good at keep things in order, so I don't know how this one got out of whack. but it is. She was talking about the cheese, and she says, "You can only put no fat cheese on my omelet." And he's like, "That's not cheese. That's disgusting." uh, really need to get Jodi Picoult's new book that is set during the pandemic. That's why when I was writing my thing, even though it was during the pandemic, I tried to just like, I didn't want to deal with the pandemic and all the stuff. So I just, made it no specific time so that, I didn't have to deal with going through all the things that happen in there and all that. Yeah, I forgot about too. Yeah, they're the closest. Someone else is pretty close too. Who was that? I forget who it was. Someone else is pretty close to them. Keep looking out at the sky because with the blanket of snow on the ground, the clouds are looking brighter because of the streetlight reflections. Yeah. I always think it's neat to look into a streetlight and watch the snow flurries as they, just see they're so bright as they are falling, through the light. Jenna says we're going to hang out at some point. That's cool. I don't live near anybody, so I think the closest person to me is, well, Tamama's in, she's in Jersey somewhere, but up north, I think. She says teenagers are fine. I was doing family stuff still. Still doing family stuff all weekend. If you're all familiar with Mint Ghost, I'm about 2 hours north of her here in Ohio and about 2 to 3 hours southeast of Sarah Sutton. Oh, you're pretty close to Sarah Sutton. I know her. I don't know about Mint Ghost, but I do know Sarah Sutton. And I know Gigi's, she's in, I think, New York, which isn't far from Jersey, but traveling through North Jersey to get to New York, no, not me. I don't drive through traffic. I don't like to drive anyhow. And I don't know whether I'll have my car or not have my car. The girls were fine, but some people just don't want to do that. There's probably other people. I mean, I just don't know them. I don't go to a ton of streams, so I don't get really close to a lot of people aside from my own stream. Daniel's in upstate New York. Oh, near Albany. That's pretty far, yeah. I'm in Jersey, so. Uh, yeah, they are. Cost of everything is outrageous, too. The only thing I agree with is the uninsured motorist coverage is required in case you get in a crash with someone who isn't covered. It makes sense because if not, then you're stuck. And if you don't have the money to fix it, you're really stuck. So it is definitely, even though it costs money, it definitely is a good idea. I want to stop driving. I had a perfect record up until the last couple of years, and I've had a couple accidents, and I don't want to drive anymore. I have enough trouble. I'm just not between my peripheral, my, you know, I can't see things and judge them right, and so sometimes like I'll either run over the curb or be 10 miles away from the curb. Same with parking in a parking spot. I'm either right over the line or 10 miles away from the line. It's like I can't find the perfect spot. New York was my least favorite state to get calls from when I sold commercial insurance. So many shady businesses. Wow. I worked for an insurance company in my first one of my first jobs when we got out of the military. And I worked there, and I had to do stuff envelopes and fold the stuff and make sure everything that was included for that person. There was a machine that folded everything, and we had to match it up and stuff it in the envelope. And then they decided to do away with it. I guess they got a machine that could do everything. I'm not sure. Next thing I know, I'm doing data entry, and like I had no experience. I didn't know the like I was still new there. I was brand new. I didn't know all the laws. I didn't know anything. And there were three of us, and they stuck us in the data entry thing and said, "Here, and you have to keep up the same amount of quality that the people have been doing it for years. Like we had to be able to maintain as many, you know, policies done per day. And now my quality was 100% perfect, but they didn't want that. They wanted the amount. They wanted quantity. They didn't care about quality. And I'm like, I got 100% quality. We don't care. So you'd rather me get more done today and spend half of tomorrow fixing it than getting it right today and continue working tomorrow all day like I do now. Yeah. Quantity, they didn't care about. Everything, I mean, quality, they didn't care about. Everything was quantity. I didn't last there too long. None of us did because we couldn't keep up with they had set such a high amount. that these girls who have been doing it for years were used to. And we're brand new. We didn't know the laws. We had to keep going and asking questions. It was terrible. That was Prudential Insurance. I don't know if they're still around or not. Dealing with New York truckers was the worst, if only because some of them couldn't drive across state lines depending on what kind of cargo they were shipping. Hmm. You insured cadavers? Well, interesting. I don't know how you fix something like that if something happens to it on the way to where it's going. And delivery drivers who took pot to people where it's legal in the appropriate states. Oh my gosh. That's interesting. Hmm. They're around, just not as prominent. Yeah, they used to be a big company, but all right. So I guess it's time to start another sprint and find the tab here so I can get it started and turn it on. Okay. And starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, Gibberish. Hi, Amelia. Wow, nice to see you both. The sprint's just about to end. Keep my eye on the time this time so it doesn't run out. All right. Oh, and Hayden's here. Hi, Hayden. It's all right. You can come and go as you please. Good job. You made your 50,000 words. Good. Glad to hear it. So I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow to type up my handwritten story. I'm having too much fun with my puja. It's another form of creative energy. I did. I actually wrote a few words this time, but I can't stay too long since I know the timer won't alert me. I have to stop and go back and just read so I can watch the timer. So you just stood for the first time in over a half hour, and the road is covered with snow. Glad I don't have to go anywhere. I glad you don't either. Would hate to be out in that right now. Jenna got 433 words. That's good. It's a good amount of words. Good job. Gibberish is going to start a bujo next year. Jenna says, I'm glad I'm not there, Mel. I agree. I am glad I'm not there either. I don't know what it's doing here. I didn't even bother to look out the window. It doesn't say it's snowing, so I assume it's not snowing. But I think you're up more north than I am anyhow, so. It's 33 degrees here. Good snow. It's about the right temperature. Mir says, as I'm writing at my snail pace, it is becoming clearer and clearer that I'm an underwriter. That might have been why I wasn't finishing stuff. It was clearly unfinished, and that used to bother me. Yeah, I'm an underwriter too. Hayden says I'm going to do some minor revisions to earlier chapters and do some world building. I'm not in the mood to finish my chapter at the moment. Well, that's certainly your choice. Do what makes you feel the best. That's what I say. I have a buja, but I don't do much with it. I was trying to learn fancy writing. Well, I'm not doing so good with that either. That's not as easy as people think. Hayden says it's 46 here, getting down to 40 tonight. It's also 46 at home, but it'll get down to 33. Well, I'm at 33 now, so I'm sure it's going to drop some more before it's a little bit later. Yeah, you love the background. Another one of Funky's works of art. Really, really neat. And right now the timer is snowing, so it looks pretty neat. Like you said earlier, Tessa, I love the snow so long as they don't have to go out in it. Apparently, my company started letting employees go back to the office 11:1 for those who wanted to go in. I can't imagine why, unless unless there's something at the house that's where you live or where you live that is so obnoxious that you would want to go to work. If you could work at home, why would you choose to go in? I don't get that. But there's no deadline yet on when it will be mandatory to go back, so I'm going to try and hold out until after winter. Well, that, yeah, hate driving and this stuff. Hayden started listening to Christmas music a couple of days ago. Anyone else already preparing? I'm just waiting for Christmas to be gone and done and over with. Yep, Punky did a beautiful job as always. I don't Christmas shop, so I don't have to deal with that. We made the kids know I don't have money, and so years ago, when I've been out of work, 12, 13 years now, I forget how many years. I quit work in 2010 and went on disability, and they know I don't make much, and it's hard trying to live. I may not pay a ton of rent, but I still have to pay rent and utilities and stuff. So we made a rule that we weren't going to exchange gifts, which was fine with me because I hated shopping. Amelia loves hearing the different problems between overwriters and underwriters. Well, you got overwriters like poor Funky, you can't delete enough, and then people like me, you can't even make it to 50,000 for the NANO. I'm lucky if I can get something that's 20,000. It takes me a long time. Funky's not here tonight. I don't know. Sometimes he stops in and says hello, but he's usually not here. This is family night for him. Nana says I'm in my last week of freedom before I start work again on Friday. I have a feeling it's going to be a day of dealing with an IT tech since I'm going to be locked out of all my programs. Hmm, can imagine, yeah. Ada says I haven't shopped and I'm not sure if I will. I might make, bake, cook something instead. Yeah, we no longer, we don't even get together anymore since the pandemic and everything. Our family stayed away from each other. I mean, we social distance from each other even. Wasn't like we lived with each other, so we were always seeing each other rarely and being exposed. So since we didn't see each other on a continuous basis, we stayed away from each other. That's a great idea, Hayden. I'm actually glad that I was able to support a few small businesses with my purchases this year. Amir says, I finally realized that I just got to block out the chapters so I can fill the blanks in subsequent drafts. Yeah, I used to do that too. Just put not the quotes, but whatever those things are around it, and I would put in there what's supposed to be in there. And then later on, I can come back and look at it and see what I want to put on there. Jen only shops for her daughter. Hayden says, okay, I think I'm actually going to spend the next sprint showering and then making a snack. I just realized that I hadn't showered since yesterday morning and I haven't eaten since noon. Be right back. Alrighty then. Melanie says we went all out this year because usually when we go to my in-laws we don't have gifts for everyone, so we plan things out well to contribute. Well, that's good. And don't forget to care for yourself, Hayden. Gigi says. Gotta remember to eat. I don't do real good with the eating thing either. Oh, I just remembered I didn't take my blood thinner yet. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I gotta go take that on the next sprint. Hopefully I'll remember. Around 9.5, but that's a fib because I had a caramel apple. Now I'll be right back. Ah, that sounds good, caramel apple. Cats are fighting. Oh no. Uh, Gotta love it. Now, it was quick and over with. My daughter came for an hour and brought food, and that was the extent of my Thanksgiving. At least I didn't get food poisoning this year. Last year I got colitis, and they just determined it was food poisoning. So I was really sick. I was in the hospital 10 days, and when they sent me home, I still couldn't eat solid food. They said, we can't keep you here forever. So you're just going to have to go home and deal with it. So thanks a lot. So at least I didn't get food poisoning this year. Melanie says, I thought they were. I don't know what I heard. Loki's chilling under one of the dining room table chairs, and I don't know where Ember is. Maybe the TV or something. Yeah, last year was bad. My daughter brought me a meal from a restaurant, and obviously I got sick. And the next day I was in the hospital for 10 days. So, yeah, when that happened last year, I had colitis and it was awful. Couldn't even eat solid food. I was on liquids. In the beginning, I was on nothing. No liquids, nothing. It was IV only. Cause they said there's no sense putting anything in your stomach. You're going to throw it all back up again. I'm like, great. I'm so glad we both were not in the hospital for this Thanksgiving. Yeah, me too. Believe me too. Maya says my cousin got on my nerves at Thanksgiving, like always. Tried to shoot me in the head with a Nerf gun that has mad power behind it. Ooh. Melanie says could have been the people upstairs. Amelia, oh my god, that can be super dangerous. I'm so sorry. Yeah, those Nerf things, some of them are dangerous. Just play with the baby for your Thanksgiving. I don't remember you mentioning a baby before. Melanie says I was in for a blood transfusion last year. Went in on Tuesday. Aaron still wasn't coming up, so they had to keep me a second night. Got home around 2 to 3 on Thanksgiving Day. And I ate the food Thanksgiving Day, and the next morning I was in the hospital with colitis, which is a lot worse than regular food poisoning. Believe me. Nasty. Amelia says, yeah, he's an idiot in most regards. He's spoiled on one half of his family, so whenever we try to teach him how to act like an adult, not do stupid shit, he just goes crying to them. Ugh. Tony says, we had a game at my college that was played every year called Humans versus Zombies, and we used Nerf blasters, but there was a strict rule about not hitting anyone in the face, head. Yeah, because those things can hurt. They may be foamy, but they can hurt. Wow, if this was a regular sprint, we'd be almost done. It's almost 2 hours already. I can't believe how fast the time is going. Oh, they sell head. Do they sell head protection? I didn't know that. Hi, Courtney. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving belated. Everybody's been talking about their Thanksgiving. Hope you had a nice one. At least this one I didn't get sick. Last one I did. Ended up in the hospital, so yay! I did stayed out of the hospital. Yeah, they sell helmets and safety glasses. Well, I didn't know that, but that's good to know because those things can be pretty, if done hard enough, can certainly hurt or hit somebody in the eye or something like that. Jeez. Actually, I even remember that on the day Sarah Palin came to our campus to give a talk during her campaign with the late John McCain, we weren't allowed to play. Everybody's saying hi to Courtney. I'll be attempting to write 30K words in 3 days. Oh my god. Will it happen? Probably not. Will I try anyways? Absolutely. Well, you go, girl. That's a lot of words, though. That's 10,000 a day. Oh, couldn't even imagine it. Even on a good day, I couldn't even imagine it. Melanie says to Courtney, hey there, happy Thanksgiving. You got quite a goal ahead of you. Don't let you shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah, really. Mia said, yeah, he starts doing things like that for attention whenever we don't treat him like the center of attention. He's going to have a reality check one day, and I hope I get to watch it with some popcorn. Yeah, I'm going through that now with a grandson who was not disciplined, and he told his mother, "You're going to be in school every day." She puts up with a lot of crap, and she just lets him get away with it. So he's going to be probably just like his father, always in trouble. I mean, I hate to see him in jail and doing drugs and alcohol, but it's the way his father was, and that's the way he grew up. Ever says, I like that energy. Keep it up, Courtney. Melanie loves the commitment. Courtney's got quite a challenge ahead of her. Melanie says, quoting a Christmas story. Thanks, guys. Courtney says. And Mary says, I could go for 40K in 3 days. Oh my gosh. I would have to do like 45,000 in 3 days in order to finish mine, which is obviously not going to happen. And that's several different stories. That's not one. That's several different ones. So I'm super far behind. I mean, I guess I'm further behind than Amelia. 45. I got about maybe 5,000. Well, that's like on several different things that I wrote. I didn't really count them, so I don't really know the exact amount. One day of 10K words is tough, but 3 of them, you go, girl. Yeah, I agree with Jenna. that's just beyond. I can't even fathom it. I wouldn't even want to. I can't imagine it. I'm not even that worried about it. So I gave up a while ago. I'm used to my November ones crashing and burning, so uh, some years I don't start at all. Some I start but don't finish. Some I sporadically like in here. I've only been writing bits and pieces, but I haven't even been counting them because they're not even what you would write in a full day. So it's not even worth it. And I don't care. Hopefully, I'll feel better when camp comes around again and feel more like writing by then. Right now, I don't care. I'm busy reading romance stories for research. I'm so hooked on them, I can't stop reading. So I spend most of my time in bed laying there trying to get comfortable and reading. But I'm mad that this one I'm reading now is out of order because I don't know how it got out of order. Somehow. Which one is it I'm reading? It's not that one. Did I somehow read it out of order? Maybe. Maybe I did it. I've done one 10K in a day challenge last August. Never again. It was fun though. Oh, not me. That's just too much. Melanie says, I thought I could have done NANO since I didn't have to contend with my full time job, but I have other things to focus on. Mia says, I have homework to do tomorrow too. Need to retake a task, write 2 pages of prose for creative writing, and then I can totally write like 15K words. Right with Melanie says, that sounds relaxing, minus the uncomfortability part. I can't get comfortable. I'm in so much pain. Now, I guess it's time to do another sprint. Since they're only 20 minutes right now, they don't last as long. So, let's see here. Yeah, we're going to sprint 20 minutes. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, see you on 20. All right. Boy, time goes so fast. I didn't write this time, I just read. Hayden's got his snack and ready to work. Ow. Knee just cracked. So, how did we do? Oh, forgot to turn that off. GD read 15 pages. That's cool. Since I'm using Kindle, I don't know how to count pages on here. It just keeps moving. So I have no idea. I'm 10% into the book. That's all I know. But I don't know how long the book is either. If it's a long one, a short one. I have no clue. Hayden got 77 words. Jenna got 303 words. Good going, guys. Melanie says I'm setting up an annual habit tracker in my Bujo. This way I don't have to do one every month. I'm not even sure what that would look like, but okay. Sounds like a good idea. You don't have to do it every month. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat. Since I got up so late. Oh, darn, I didn't go get my pill. Hayden says tomorrow I have a lot of reading to do for school. I left Great Expectations at home, so I'll be reading 10 chapters of that tomorrow. I remember Great Expectations. We had to read that when I was in school. And one of our projects was to create a story board. So each of us had, each group had its board. They were bulletin boards. So you staple stuff up. And we happen to have an artist in our group. So she made like chairs, but she actually, instead of drawing on it or whatever, she created the items. She made a backing for the chair out of material and stuffing and everything. The clothing was real on the people, and it wasn't just a drawing that a lot of people did. It was really nice. What is that, Melanie? It was pretty neat. And our course was the best because everybody else just drew a picture, and we took a section and we made everything like almost three-dimensional by adding things, that could be made and making it. So it was pretty cool. Still remember that. Amelia wants another sprint. She's going to work on some homework like some sort of responsible person. Hayden says, thank you for reminding me. I haven't opened Pinterest in 4 months. I haven't opened Pinterest in God knows how long. I don't even know what my account is anymore. Melanie only opens hers when she finds the link that helps with productivity and planning. Hayden says, yeah, Tessa sprints until 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Yep. This is Saturday. It's a link for an annual habit tracker. Oh, I don't keep track of habits or anything else. I know a lot of writers use Pinterest to make boards of their characters or scenery, scenes, or, buildings, or whatever part of their world they're creating. They use Pinterest. I don't know even how Pinterest works. It's not one of the ones I follow. I don't even know if I have. I know I had an account. I haven't touched it for so long. I don't even know how to go about it or what it is. Hayden says I've gotten back onto a good habit, writing every day. I stopped for about 2 months or so it's done a lot for me to be writing again. Yeah, it's a good idea. Right now, I haven't written for several months, and I'm just not in the mood. But since I'm not writing to be published or have to support myself or something like that, I can do it when I feel like it. Do it on my terms. Hmm. I can set up another. I have to figure out what I want to eat, so I have to go see what's in my. I don't want to buy a lot of food because I won't be taking the stuff with me. And if I order stuff, I have to order like $50 minimum. Well, don't want to get a bunch of stuff delivered only to find out I'm not going to be able to, use it. But I don't want to go to the store either because it's too hard for me to go walk around the store shopping. Oh well, let me put the timer up. Let's see. Here, here. All right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I forgot to mute myself last time. Oh, hi, Heather. Nice to see you. uh, yeah, we're live here. We've got an hour, a little less than an hour and a half left. Emily says hi. We're going till 1 a.m. So long as Tessa's momentum keeps up. Yeah, I'm cooking something right now, so I have to I have to pay attention. I'm cooking something right now. I don't set the smoke alarm off because I burn it. Mia retook her art history test and got a 92% better than a 67. Good job. GD is back and she read 11 pages. I read a few pages. I don't know how to tell whether they're pages or what. But I read several paragraphs. I don't know. And I got some meat frying in the pan right now. I have to keep my mind on the pan so I don't burn it. Set off the fire alarm at almost midnight to pay attention. I put it on very low heat, so hopefully I won't have a problem. And writing smaller bits every day is probably better than writing large amounts every so many days and really getting tired. Melanie says I really need to get something to eat, but I'm so hyper focused on my bucha. uh, but I'm just about done with my current spread, though. I have a couple of them, but I haven't done anything really much with them. Because I decided I wanted just one planner, not a bujo, a planner, a calendar. So I have no calendar anymore, which is problematic when I need to know a date in the past. Because before I would just look at the calendar. Don't have that now. And I don't feel like drawing a calendar in a bujo. Don't feel like it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Heather said we moved my desk today to make room for the Christmas tree, which will be put up tomorrow. There you go. The spot where my tree usually goes is filled with a packing box full of stuff that I need to give to somebody. I don't know when she's taking it. Right now it's in the way. And I don't know if I want to set a tree up because I don't know when it's going to be. I hate to set the tree up and then have to take it all back down again. He says, I'm noticing a problem with my current draft. She steps into the tan and immediately gets jumped in a dark alleyway. That's probably where the second draft stuff will go. Heather says, I've also been working on planner stuff. Maya has to pad out the time before she gets attacked. Melanie asked Heather if she's working on 2022 yet. I am, only because I know work's gonna wear me out once I get back to the end of the get back to it at the end of next week. I found a clever way to cut up some greeting cards I have for fun patterns with my annual habit tracker spread. I love it. I offered somebody, because I'm not doing arts and crafts, I got this crazy idea and bought a ton of stuff. So I offered it to a friend who does arts and crafts. I don't know how much of it she'll take, though. Heather says, sort of. I put some planner pages back in my big happy planner for Q1. Is it for December now? We're almost done November, so I think she's on 2022 anyhow. I think that's what she asked. I think she started 2022. I ended up with two different size happy planners because I had the 9 disc one, but then when I ordered something, they sent me the large. And when I wrote them back, they said, just keep it. We'll send you the right size. So I'm looking at all these pages and stuff, and I thought, I might as well order the cover for it. And I would have another one when I run out of numbered pages because I prefer mine numbered, but I bought a bunch of blank ones so I could keep going afterward because I'm not going to be able to buy all that stuff. So once I'm out of here and don't have access to, you know, much money because I don't know how much they're going to let me keep out of my check. So I'm trying to plan ahead on some things. Now that it's December, it's time to pull out the beginning months so I can put them in here because we're on December, well, almost to December now. So I need to pull out next year and start putting into the planner. Maybe not all year, but at least half the year. Since I'm cooking something, I'm going to go ahead and start another sprint because I don't want to burn the apartment down. All right, so we're doing a 20-minute sprint starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All righty, so I will see you in 20. Oh, uh-oh. So much for that one. I lost that. Oh well. We'll have to do the next one with the regular one because I'm not gonna search for another one. I guess I had to catch that before it ended because now it's on to something else and I have no idea what it was. So I ate some meat. I know it's not the best meal in the world, but I like meat. So I ate some meat. Thankfully, it's low in sodium. I thought about making hash browns, but they sound like too much trouble. I got a bag of frozen ones, and they sound like too much of a pain. Did anybody get anything done that time? Anybody still here? Or am I alone? It's still live, so I'm still here, still running. Nobody's talking. Interesting. I'm not muted. I feel like I'm the only one here. Did everybody leave me? I don't think I turned anything off when, because it's still running. So I didn't actually turn anything off when I screwed up that timer. I may be ending the stream earlier than I planned on. What's going on? All right. I refreshed it. I got kicked out. I'm back in. Timer's still running. It says I have 6 people here. I don't know. Well, somebody's here. I'm having a problem with my stream. Hi, Betty. I'm not sure what's going on with my. They said I froze, and now they can't see me. So I refreshed everything, but they can't see me still. But you're here. Somebody's here. Oh, okay. So you can see it, and everything looks fine. I wonder why they can't see me. Oh, good. You could see and hear me. That's good. The other 6 or so people say that I'm frozen. Of course, you're on Twitch, so that may have something to do with it. They're on YouTube. I do a dual stream, so it looks like YouTube is not working, but Twitch is. Well, I got people. It looks like Twitch is working anyhow. somebody was talking to me, and obviously it wasn't coming through from Twitch either, so I'm not sure what's going on. Well, that's where you're supposed to be seeing and hearing me is on YouTube. So I don't understand what the problem is. YouTube is working, but not my layout screen. Well, Twitch can see me and hear me. Because I'm talking to people on Twitch now. Though for a while they couldn't, because I got a couple of things here that people were asking about and didn't come up on my screen. As far as reading people's work online, I do not do that, no. Especially if it's a bit adult. Um, I've got younger people here, and I don't know that I can read something like that. Not that I usually don't read people's work out loud, anyhow. So I hope you heard that. I try to answer you. Well, the last thing I typed in Twitch showed up on the screen. Here, your stuff is showing up. I don't know, it's showing up. Is it back up yet? Because I'm getting on YouTube now, and I can see what I typed, and I can see what Misty typed, and I can see what the Betty typed from Twitch on YouTube. So I'm not sure why you guys aren't seeing. Someone asked me to read something on Twitch, an adult piece of that. I said no, I don't read it. I don't read work. Certainly not an adult thing. I've got young people on here. Wouldn't be reading an adult piece of fiction on the stream. Oh, well, I can see messages on the screen, on the chat, on Restream. So I'm not sure why you can't. You still can't see it because I see you guys. I see in y'all's message that the screen stopped working on YouTube. We have all tried to message you. It is on the screen. Oh, you are. I didn't see the little Twitch thing. You're right. You are on Twitch. Yeah, I'm getting messages from people on Twitch. Yeah, you're right. It didn't.